Well, I want to be clear that I'm not advocating that anybody takes drugs. And I never did say that. I never did advocate drugs. I actually had the experience of being thrust into the kind of situation where often I would be invited at a college, let's say in the 60s, and then Sidney Cohen would be invited, and whom you know, I think, right? So, and I would be the drug advocate, and he would be the cautionary doctor who would say, no, it's dangerous and blah, blah, blah. And I never felt I was an advocate, and nor did Leary, for that matter. People may be surprised with that. We're more like, I think that for me, the analogy was more like we had stumbled across into a country that was previously unknown. Like as if somebody had suddenly discovered a new country or continent like South America, previously unknown, and not known how to get there. It was actually inhabited by people, and other people had, explored it, and there were all kinds of interesting things medicines that could heal you, and substances that could give you insights and understandings, and we were relating the experiences. That's the way for example, we did the prison project. We didn't say to the prisoners, "We think you should take this." We said to the prisoner, "We've taken it." And we didn't say it was a drug experiment like the prisoners often, experimenters often do. They say to the prisoner, "You take this drug, you'll get off parole earlier." He said, "We can't promise you that, but we don't. We use them as guinea pigs." He says, "I really respected that in Leroy. He didn't want to treat them as guinea pigs. He wanted to be egalitarian." He says, "We discovered these. We stumbled sort of across these experiences that are very interesting, and they may help you, give you some insight into yourself that will change your life for the better. We're going to take it with you." Because we want to, we want you to feel completely safe with us. We're not doing something that's really weird to you, like mad scientists or anything like that. We want you to feel completely safe. We took it with them. I had my first dozen or so psychedelic experiences, some of them in a maximum security prison. So I want to say that these substances are tools that can be used to expand one's consciousness. That's the basic thing. They can be used to expand awareness in all areas of life and apply that expanded awareness for the betterment of people's lives and their communities, their families, and our society. If the conditions are right, that's done in a way that's guided by knowledgeable people who know what they're doing, and with a serious psychological, spiritual preparation and with appropriate safeguards, and they can be useful. And of course, it has to be legal for people to do that. It's no point having something, that is valuable and that has to be illegal. That's a social problem. So I think in the long range, until the drug war situation is abolished, I don't think psychedelic drugs will ever be used in a positive way, except underground. And that's a shame, I think. It's unnecessary, it's a shame, it's a tremendous waste, and the drug war itself is a social waste of staggering proportions, and imprisoning people for nothing more than taking a drug is abysmal. It's a victimless crime, and not a crime. And I've been in the experience, I have had the experience as a therapist now twice in my life, once during the 60s and once during the 80s, of working in the 60s with LSD, in the 80s with MDMA, of working as a therapist with a method that improves the therapy, and all of a sudden I'm a felon if I continue to do it, and which I didn't. But not because anybody was harmed or complained or anything else or broke a law, but because there were political decisions at another level of which I had no control whatsoever. And that, I think, is weird. But really what's the basis behind it is consciousness expansion. Consciousness expansion is worth doing because it's our fixed understandings and our fixed perspectives, false perspectives, and we open our eyes to the consequences of our actions. That's how people have gotten addicts. The treatment of psychedelics, which are consciousness expansion, in terms of treatment, the most prime application of treatment is in consciousness contracting conditions, which are addictions. Conscious addictions, obsessions, compulsions. At least psilocybin in the treatment of OCD. It's obsessive, compulsive, fixated, repetitive drugs. LSD was used in the treatment of alcoholism. When the addict takes ibogaine in the treatment of cocaine, when the addict takes one of these drugs, they see their character and they see, oh, when you expand consciousness, you have more choices. You see, oh, this is because this, and this will lead to that. This is how I've adopted this pattern of behavior through my history, and if I continue it, this is what is likely to happen. I'll get sick, or I'll be dead, and then I can make different choices. It's like when you wake up, you have a different choice. Let's say you wake up out of a bad dream, and you say, "Oh man, that's terrible! I just wake up." But then you realize, "Oh, wait a minute, that was just a dream. I can wake up. I can get out of bed and have breakfast. You see, forget about that bad dream." So, but learn from it. Learn from it. So preparation, integration. I think that's true of any experience we have in life. That way, especially one that involves learning new things. Prepare yourself and then integrate the learning. Make it real for oneself.